Welcome back to SundayPips, showing y'all my best pairs to trade for next week. Oh, bro, my neck feels like I slept on a rock. Gotta change my pillow. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I ever seen one of those videos titled "Day in the Life of a Trader," where the dude in the video wakes up, goes to the gym, meditates, eats steak before hopping in front of the charts? Bro, you don't even gotta shower. But please, though, you gotta shower. For Allah's sake. AUDUSD weekly time frame created a huge blue candle to the upside, showing strong momentum to the upside. I'm gonna be waiting for the next candle to create a wick retest around psychological level 500 before having the move to the upside. What that wick would do is create a pullback on the 4-hour into the zone, and then I'm just gonna wait for the shift of structure on the lower time frame. But if the shift of structure happens inside the zone, I would not probably enter any buys, because whenever we're inside the zone, the price just goes back down. We can see it clearly on the 1-hour. Whenever we're inside the zone, we sell. Price kind of struggles to break above. So I'ma probably wait for 1-hour to close above this area of interest too before entering any buys. And I should probably tell you where my take profit is gonna be placed. Oh my god, bro. Take profit is gonna be placed somewhere around here. It doesn't do a pretty job keeping price down, but it does a pretty good job holding price up though. Whenever price is above, we buy. Whenever price is under, kind of just goes right through it, but it is still a place to watch out for. NZDJPY weekly time frame, we're bullish. Looks like we're creating a head and shoulder. Now it looks like we're going down to create the right shoulder, which is why I am looking for sales down to this third area of interest. Weekly time frame, I'm gonna wait for the next candle to create a small wick into the zone, retest this area of interest and around psychological level 500 before having the move to the downside. And what a coincidence, if the candle goes down, we're gonna be filling this weekly wick. And on the daily time frame, we are bearish, created a beautiful head and shoulders, and when price pulls back to retest this zone, we're going to be retesting the neckline of the head and shoulders and also retesting the daily EMA. I don't like how this candle closed above the red one. This shows strong momentum to the upside, but will be perfect if the next daily candle closes as a red candle or maybe a doji. That will show that we are rejecting this area of interest or stopping at this area of interest, meaning we are respecting it. And the next candle, if it does something like this, have the move to the downside, will be even perfect. And if price for some reason decides to keep continuing up, I will be looking for sales after daily closes above this structure point. And what about the 4-hour? 4-hour, we're bearish, looks clean. We're retesting the previous structure point. If you don't know what the previous structure point is, previous structure point. And if we're in a downtrend, previous structure point. Price retesting the previous structure point is an extra confluence to take the trade to the downside. And if we pull back to this zone, clearly we also gonna be retesting the 4-hour EMA. And what about 1-hour? 1-hour, we are currently bullish. To get to the zone, we're gonna have to create a new higher high, and then I'm just gonna wait for 1-hour to shift bearish, and then I'm gonna look for sales. Take profit will be placed at the second area of interest because it's where I think that the weekly time frame will reverse from after it gets there. Next pair, AUDJPY. I remember how last week I didn't add this pair on my list because we didn't have any red candle or doji confirming that we're rejecting this area of interest. Now it looks like we have created the red candle. Looks clean, but I would have preferred if this candle closed above the blue one. That would have showed more strong momentum to the downside. Now that I'm looking at this pair, watch this thing do something like this. but if it does this, well, daily time frame, it looks clean. It looks like we're creating a head and shoulders, and we're also at that right shoulder. We can look for potential sales on here, and this is actually not a head and shoulders, since all of this is just all market structure. This is the lower high on the daily time frame, and this down here is the lower low. Everything that happens inside these two lines is all market structure. And love this red candle we created at this area of interest, rejecting the EMA and around psychological level 700. On the 4 hour, looks clean. I'm gonna wait for this to pull back further into this area of interest, and then I'm gonna wait for that shift of structure on the lower time frames, and then take the sales. If 4 hour ends up closing bullish above this area of interest, I will not be interested in sales until 4 hour closes under this area of interest again, because the last time we were above this zone, we struggled to break above it. Take profit will be placed, let me see, take profit will be placed at the first structure point on the daily time frame right there. And yeah, that's the last pair. But just to be sure, oh god, bro, just to be sure, I'm gonna double check all the other pairs just to make sure I really don't like them. CAD JPY weekly time frame were bullish, daily time frame is also bullish. I will not be interested in this pair until daily closes above this zone like this, pulls back to retest around psychological level 200, and possibly also reject off of the EMA. I don't think all this will happen in just 1 week. Could definitely happen though. We did it right here in just 3 days. First day broke above the zone, second day pulled back to retest it, third day had to move to the upside. If something like this happens right here, I would definitely be interested in buys, but I still don't think it will happen in just 1 week. But if it does happen, I would definitely look for buys. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this pair just in case. Next pair, GBP NZD, was only interested in sales on this pair. Had it on my list. The sales did not work out. Wait, did I have this pair on my? Yeah, I did. The sales did not work out. Price just ended up going to the upside. Avoided the loss to perfection. I will not be interested in this pair until price closes under the area of interest again, and then pulls back to retest around psychological level 900. EuroCAD also had this pair on my list. Was looking for sales somewhere around here. Sales did not work out. Now we're above my area of interest. I will probably no longer be interested in this pair until weekly time frame shifts bearish. Don't like the spot we're in. Been here for several weeks. Candles opening and closing around the same area. Don't like that. Don't want to be involved. Next pair, GBP AUD. Weekly time frame just too high up. There's no past price action to look at to the left. Can't even identify proper areas of interest. Don't like that. Euro USD also had this pair on my list. Was looking for sales from this zone to this zone. Did not work out. Just created this huge blue candle to the upside. This pair will look good, but weekly time frame we are bullish, and on the 4 hour we are also bullish. Daily time frame is the only time frame that's bearish, meaning buys. But the only way to look for buys, price has to first make it to this zone, and for it to make it to the zone, 4 hour has to shift bearish. Huge turnoff. That means I will have to then wait for 4 hour to shift to bullish, so it's in sync with the weekly time frame again. But just too much to wait for. I don't think that will happen in just 1 week. Next time frame, USD CHF weekly time frame, price too low, no data to the left to look at. AUD USD, price too low, no data. USD CAD, bro, this pair just makes me wanna cry. If you watched my Sunday analysis video from last week, looked at this pair, was like, oh man, daily time frame, we're consolidating, creating multiple candles right here, opening and closing in the same area. I looked at the 4 hour and was like, the 4 hour, if price was somewhere around here at this blue candle, I looked at it and I was like, if price closes under this area of interest like this and then pulls back to retest it, sales should definitely work out. And then look at this line. I never did this thing, or whatever you call it, the arrow, I never deleted it. It remained the same, and price actually kind of followed it, even had the pullback, and then the sales worked out. Too bad I didn't have it on my watch list, but still, it is what it is. And now created this huge massive candle to the downside. I am not interested in this pair because for me to be interested, price has to first make it to this area of interest again. But you can definitely look for, I guess, day trades right here. Just wait for a pullback into this zone right here on the daily time frame, and then you look for your sells. This is also a valid area of interest. I guess you can wait for a pullback somewhere around here too, but I am not interested in that pair. Euro CHF, what is going on, bro? What is all of this? This just don't make sense to me. CAD CHF, too low, no data. NZDCAD consolidating on the weekly time frame, don't want to be involved. GBP CAD, I will not be interested in this pair until price makes it to this zone. GBP USD created this huge candle to the upside. All the time frames are going up, buys. But in order to look for the buys, or in order to be interested in buys, price has to first make it to this zone. I don't think this will happen in just 1 week. I don't think the daily time frame will pull back, make it to this area of interest, reject the area of interest, and then have the push to the upside in just 1 week. That's why I don't have this pair on my list. But the sales, the buys, I mean, do look clean for now. GBP JPY, weekly time frame, not interested until we create a candle like this closing under the area of interest. NZD CHF, price too low. Euro AUD, price too high. NZD USD, same thing as AUD USD, just preferred AUD USD over NZD USD for some reason. I should probably give a proper reason. Yeah, I probably should. AUD USD on the weekly time frame, I just love how the weekly time frame is above the the previous structure point. If we get the wick retest into this zone, we're gonna be retesting the previous structure, but in the what pair was it? NZD USD, if price pulls back, it will not be retesting the previous structure point because it will be under it. If you don't know what the previous structure point is, it's just basically an extra confluence, so I chose the extra confluence over the I think I get it. GBP CHF, I will not be interested in this pair until weekly time frame creates a candle like this closing under this area of interest. Euro NZD, price just too high, don't want to be involved, plus weekly time frame is consolidating, don't want to be involved. Euro GBP, this pair is just not respecting my areas of interest, just going through like they're not even there. Huge red flag, don't wanna be involved. AUDJPY, will not be interested in this pair until we get a candle like this closing under this area of interest. We almost did it, and then the candle just chose to retrace. AUDCAD, weekly time frame, nice. If you remember, if you watched the Sunday analysis video from last week, didn't pick this pair because we had not created any doji or any red candle to confirm that we are rejecting this area of interest. Now it looks like we have created a beautiful red candle right here. Now what do I think about it? Okay, this actually don't look that bad. Daily time frame, we are bearish. Higher market structure, close under the higher low, shifting bearish. Same thing with that one pair on my watch list. Don't like how this candle closed above, but if this pulls back, creates a doji or red candle, will look clean. And what about the 4 hour? 4 hour, huge turn off. If price gets to this area of interest, 4 hour will probably shift bullish. I don't like that, but I'm a probably, let me just put this pair right here and keep an eye on it. Euro JPY, don't want to be involved. Weekly time frame just consolidating. Boy, am I the only one scared of microwaves? Whenever I'm in front of it, like adding the minutes, I always think that the thing is gonna explode and the door just flies off. Sheesh. USDJPY, weekly time frame, were bearish, created a massive candle to the downside without a wick on the top. What this means is that the next candle might do something like this. For those of you who don't know, whenever we create a candle without a wick on one side. The next candle that opens tends to go up and kind of like creates a wick for the candle that don't have it. I have no idea why price does this, but I have seen it happen multiple times. So I will not be interested in this pair until price either pulls back to this area of interest, or I guess you can look for day trades. I pull back into the zone and then you look for your sales. Let me see how the daily looks like. Daily time frame, we are bullish, and the 4 hour we are bearish. Yeah, definitely you can look for day trades. I pull back into this area of interest, shift of structure on the lower time frame, and then you look for your sales. But I am not interested in that pair for some reason. CHF JPY weekly time frame, we are, bro, what is this? Bullish. I have no idea what this is, just don't make sense to me. Daily time frame, we're also bullish, higher low. I will not be interested in this pair until price breaks above this zone and then gives me a pullback into the zone. Why do I gotta wait for that to break above? Because whenever price is under, we just sell, we sell. It just struggles to break above it. Not a good idea to sell into. And then gold, I don't trade gold, but weekly time frame, so high up, no data to the left. And I guess that's it.